Hey y'all, happy Thursday and welcome to Vlogmas Day 19. I'm going to make this intro as short as I can because tonight is gift wrap Q&A. Has to happen tonight, so I'm just going to make this as short as I can. It's been a crazy week, to say the least, but we finished gingerbread houses yesterday, and so today was just like, what in the world are we going to do with the full day? We filled it. It was fine. It was fun. We did a scavenger hunt in the class. I hid candy canes around the room. They tried my patience all day long, but all in all, it was actually a very good day. So the main reason to get on here is to show you the elf, which he is right there. He's just hanging on to the lights. Sorry, I normally let you look, but I'm trying to move this along. So he's hanging on to the lights right there. Nothing spectacular today. Maybe he was just tired. And then I got a bunch of gifts today. So I'm going to show you my gifts really quick. And then, like I said, I'm going to cut this short and get on out of here. I've got a lot of things to do tonight to prepare for our party tomorrow. And I just don't need to ramble on forever. Okay, first I want to say I look a little Amish. It's kind of weird, like with my top of my head cutting off. I hope that's not offensive. I don't mean to be. When I just saw myself, that's the first thing I thought. It looked like I didn't have a headband, but like a bonnet on. It's Green Day. So we had clash of the classes. So upper elementary wore green, lower elementary wore red. So green all day, top to bottom green. Okay. First gift here was from an anonymous gifter. It says, Ivy, you are simply the best. It was just in the office. And so I went down there to get it. And actually there's another gift inside here. I'll wait on that. So pretty sure I know who it is. I remain to be proven right or wrong, but with God, all things are possible. A journal. Set your heart on things above. Yeah, just a blank journal. And then some Mickey Mouse goldfish. I might leave those here. Some Bible bookmarks, which literally last night at church, I was using my magnetic bookmarks to mark my places I was flipping back and forth to for my lesson. And I was literally thinking, I wish I had more of these. So, wow. A gorgeous hair clip. Oh, you can't tell. Gorgeous hair clip. It is not the stamped leather, but it definitely looks like it. Some super cute earrings. I feel like this lady is a woman after my own heart, or whoever it was. I'm assuming it's a woman. Super cute. Riley will probably steal those for me. Okay, my next gift is from a student that already gave me something. She's the one that gave me these Mickey Mouse earrings that I'm wearing. Oh, that one's crooked. And the back's about to fall off. But she gave me this ornament. I'm going to cover up her name right there. So cute. And it literally almost made me cry. Thank you, Mrs. Flippo. Hang this ornament on your tree, and when you see it, think of me. Think of all the children that you have helped to grow. You mean more to us than you know. Merry Christmas. Love, my sweet girl. But that's really, really sweet. Okay, next gift is actually came with this tin full of goodies. And I mentioned I won't always eat things that students bring, but again, I know this these parents outside of school, so I will definitely be eating these goodies. We live in a small town, so a majority of my families I know outside of school, but anyway. So this cup also, like, how cute is that? Adorable. Y'all have seen my cup cabinet. I don't really need more cups, but do I want more cups? Always. These paper clips, so cute. They match those ink pens I got yesterday, which I took home. I meant to leave here. So I'm actually going to leave these here, and I will use them here. All right. Next, another student. All right. A coffee cup in my teacher era. I'm not a T-Swift kind of girly, but I am not going to complain about this cup. It's clear. So cute. And then an Andes candy bar. Adorable little whisk gingerbread, because we did gingerbread houses. Charm bracelet. Teach, inspire. I'm going to wear that tomorrow. and a chocolate Santa and cozy socks. And then the art teacher came around with Ghirardelli chocolates, which, yes, please, and thank you. I just dropped it down into this bag. And this teacher wrote me a handwritten personal note. It says, "Dear Mrs. Flippo, I love you when you are letting me try to know things, and I thank you. In math, I appreciate you a lot. You are teaching me." And then it's a little like apple and a ruler and A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then on the back, she drew me a little Disney stitch, a Christmas stitch. I love Christmas on this year. Oh, I'm supposed to be making this fast. Okay. Long story long. Y'all are going to get an hour-long vlog today. I hope you're ready. Okay, only one more thing. Two more things. And one of them is a scratcher's ticket with a chocolate bar. This is from our elementary secretary. She always gives a scratcher. And then lastly, the same teacher that has been making me baked goods all week long made cinnamon roll cookies. Yum. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to go home and do a gift wrap Q&A and talk for another hour. So much for making this short. All right, I'll see y'all at the house. All right, y'all, I'm ready to get started. This is putting an Eerie Glow on my face. It's my tablet. I've got my questions all right here. Where shall I put this? Is this better? Yes. Okay. Also need to position the camera. So, shall I move the box of chips out of the way? Make it a little more aesthetically pleasing. This is all the stuff for Aiden's birthday sleepover tomorrow. So, you know, my vlog the other day was perception versus reality, so we'll just keep it a little bit, it looks nice and Christmassy in here. Okay, I said I'm ready. I'm not ready. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, I think I am finally ready. I had to get some gifts stacked up here because, of course, I'm supposed to be wrapping gifts as I'm talking to you. Kind of the purpose of the gift wrapped Q&A is I'm going to be sitting here for a long period of time wrapping all of these gifts. I have 24 of these boxes to wrap. They are my gifts for my students. So if you haven't been watching my Vlogmas, that's what I'm doing. I'm just wrapping all the same thing. So I prepped all my wrapping paper before because I figured that would be way easier. It would be less noisy. I can talk through a little bit more of it. I also get very distracted and half the time I'm not even wrapping while I'm talking to you. So I'm going to try and be a little more diligent about actually wrapping. But again, having already pre-cut all the pieces should be a little quieter than typical. Oh my word. I have to, well, first of all, I'm wrapping the one that doesn't even have a name on it. I had one left over. I need tags because I need to know whose is whose. Okay, I just thought I was ready. Hang on. Okay, I've got a million. Does anyone else just like chronically buy these? Like I feel like I have to buy new ones every year and then I end up with this many. But let's be honest. I need this many, you know. Okay, do I want to use these? These are super cute. Do I want to deal with these though? I could tape it like on the side and then it's like a flap. No. I hate to say it, but I don't want to waste it on a kid that's just going to like rip into it. These are really cute though, so I think I'm going to use these. Okay, if you thought this was going to be anything other than chaotic, you haven't been watching me very long. Okay, I have my tablet in front of me. I changed my mind. I just dimmed the screen brightness, so it's got a slight glare on my glasses, but I think I can live with it. I hope you can as well. So I'm just going to get started. Okay, can I just be real honest, because we've been talking about reality and perception this year. Most years, by most years, I mean every year, I've only gotten a handful of questions. Literally my first year, I got 0 questions, goose egg. So I asked all the people in my house, my kids, Brooklyn was over, I asked Scotty, I thought of questions that maybe I would have asked another YouTuber, or that I watched their gift wrap Q&A, and the questions that they had been asked. And so that's where my first years came from. The next 2 years, I got maybe 1 or 2 questions. The rest, same type of thing. I asked people that I knew some questions. Well, last year I actually got a handful of questions, much more than before. This year, I was just telling Scotty, I'm like, I have enough questions that I don't have to like make any up, you know? So anyhow, yeah, there it is. Perception versus reality. I haven't gone back and watched my other videos. There's probably things I've answered on those videos that, I'm going to answer today, or maybe I've just answered them before. And obviously not everyone's going to watch every one of my videos, and I'm fine with that. I come to terms with that. My favorite YouTubers, which you'll find out really soon, I don't watch all of their videos just because a few of their things I'm not that interested in. So I'm more the lifestyle vlogs are the ones I watch. Therefore, what I put on, I'm stepping all over my future questions. Okay, so my first question, and because these were open comments, I'm going to go ahead and say the name of the person that asked me the questions. I did not get any to email, so none of them were private questions. These were all public questions, public comments on either my videos or my community post. So Glenn asked me 2 questions. So her first question was, how long have you been teaching? Okay, so I have been teaching 1 year. This is my first actual year of teaching. So I'm going to answer all the aspects of that question, and that is, this is my first year as a classroom teacher. I teach 4th grade. And then before I was a teacher or in the school system at all, I was in management for 20 years, and in 2 different businesses. I managed at 2 different businesses over the course of 20 years. And I just got really tired of working with adults that acted like children. And the few people that I worked with that I know watch my channel, I'm not talking about you. You are the same people that got out of the same companies. So you know who I'm talking about. Wink, wink, right? Not you. Anyhow, I was tired of adults that were acting like children, and I was tired of missing my children's lives, both of which are now in high school. When I took the job at the school, I took it very selfishly because, again, I was tired of dealing with people that could have cared less, whether I was dead or alive, just to be real honest, and just horrible people. And now that I work with children, they actually are more mature than adults a lot of times, and much kinder too. So, yeah, I just got real tired of that life, that world, and missing my life in my world. And so the opportunity came up. It actually, several years ago, I reached out to our superintendent because there was quite an ordeal at our school, and someone was let go, and I wanted that job. And it was a drama teacher job. I was in drama in high school. I loved it so much. I honestly thought I was going to just go somewhere with my acting and stuff. Just really loved it. So thinking back, hindsight, it's like, oh gosh, maybe I should have went to college to be a drama teacher. Couldn't be a teacher. I just reached out to the superintendent to try and fill that position because I had experience, but I didn't have any college or anything. Nevertheless, long story long, I did not get that position. And that was 3 or more years before I actually started working at the school. But I had been looking for a job for quite a while because I was just really fed up, and nothing. I kept looking in other management positions, and nothing was working out. Nothing was panning out. And I was just getting frustrated and sad, and because I was so ready to leave that company, and I was just crying out to God, and things just kept getting worse and worse at my company. And I was like, just so broken. But then I became very bitter. Gosh, did you want this whole story? You asked how long I've been teaching. You're going to get it anyway. I had become so bitter during that time and just hated so many things. And then one morning, it was February the 2nd, I think it was, exactly a year after like a big ordeal happened at work. God finally broke me. I think I just wrapped this one sideways. And he said, "Don't you know I've got you?" And it was literally the only time I have heard the audible voice of God. Like, I know I heard that. It was in my car. I was by myself. Oh, my mom's calling me. Hang on. Okay, that was my mama. Sorry. I don't know where I was at. I think I was saying I heard the audible voice of God saying, "Don't you know I've got you?" And I'm like, yes. I mean, it literally broke me, and I was finally just... I gave up. I didn't give up. That's the wrong thing to say. I came to terms with everything that was going on. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to be content in this job that I'm in, and I'm just going to be happy about it, and it's going to be just fine. And things continued to get worse and worse and worse. And my team was like so upset, and I was just fine with everything finally. And so I just continued from February until July. And I was on vacation at church camp. And so it's down at our family's camp, and we don't have service down there. So when I left church camp on this day, my phone was blowing up, and I was like, what in the world? Well, it was our superintendent, and she was reaching out to me because she remembered I reached out to her years prior trying to get a job at the school, and they were looking for paraprofessionals. See, told you this was going somewhere. They were looking for paraprofessionals, and she was calling to ask if I was interested. And I said yes. I immediately said yes. And it was just God just showing me, like, just be patient. Like, you need to be content where you're at. Because if I had, obviously I got the job, blah, 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 all that. I'll go into that in a second. If I had just quit that job in my state of anger and bitterness, I would still be carrying that around with me. You know what I mean? Like, it would not have gone away just because I left that place. And now I can look back with more fond memories than bad memories. Those years were rough, but more fond memories than bad memories, and just proud of the work I did there. And if I had left in my anger and bitterness, I would have carried that around with me. So God had to do that work in me. It took a year. He literally drug me around for a year, kicking and screaming. And then he blessed me immensely. So I took an enormous pay cut to go there, but money can't buy happiness. That's the truest statement ever said. And I have never been happier, never been happier in my life. Within the first 2 or 3 months, I was completely and utterly in love with the job. Loved being a paraprofessional. I was actually a Title I teacher, Title I paraprofessional. So I had my classroom. I had a classroom of my own. I worked with students in intervention before they went to special education, trying to get them brought up to grade level and things like that, if you're just unfamiliar with the school system and stuff. And my boss at the time, the woman I was hired under, she retired the next year, I think. I only worked under her 1 year. And she was just very encouraging to me and was like, you need to do this. You need to go to college. You need to be a teacher. And I resisted for a while. And I was like, no, I love this. This is great. I think I'm good at this. This is good. She's like, yeah, but you need to go. And so a year and a half into being a para, I finally did it. I enrolled in college at WGU. My plan and goal was to finish within a year, and I was incredibly on track for that. And then sadly, my sweet daddy got cancer, and we cherished our moments together. I took him and my mom to a lot of appointments, and I would have much rather spent the time I spent with my dad and the time that I had him than studying and doing college. So needless to say, it's taken me quite a bit longer. And then obviously the loss of him has been hard, and my brain just says, nah, you're not going to focus. You're not going to focus today or this week. And so you're not going to do any college. So it's taken me longer. I am very blessed. Actually, I somehow got awarded a grant through the state of Missouri. And so my last couple of semesters have been paid for. And it's appearing that my next semester will be paid for as well. So I'm blessed. I'm grateful that I somehow got that. I applied for stuff when I very first enrolled in college, but didn't get anything. And so I just was like, I'm not dealing with all that. I have enough to deal with. We're just going to pay it, So that's been an incredible blessing. So I continued to be a paraprofessional for my first year and a half of college. And then this year, so I was a paraprofessional for 3 full years. And then this is my first year as a classroom teacher. So long story long. So long my screen has shut off on my tablet. I have been a teacher for 1 year. Did you need to know all that whole story? And for real, I said it in my vlog the other day. I don't know how. I did not know. That was God's gift. The gifts that God gave me was to be a teacher, because I feel pretty good at it. I keep putting these wrapping papers on wrong because they're almost square, but not. So it's messing me up. Okay, so there's that. I've been teaching for 1 year. I love it. It's incredible. So a paraprofessional salary is nothing. So if your child works with a paraprofessional, if you have paraprofessionals in your school, love on them because they make nothing to do what they do. And most of the paraprofessionals at my school have way harder jobs than I did as a para. They work with children with special needs, actually low functioning students in the mainstream school system. They have hard jobs, so they don't get paid enough to do what they do. And I felt well compensated. I was happy. I was fine, but certainly it's hard to find paraprofessionals. So if you know a para, love on them, take care of them, especially this time at Christmas. So, but now, as even a uncertified teacher, I'm not quite certified yet, but I'm under a special umbrella and get paid not a teacher salary, but closer to. I make more now than I was making in management. So God is good, and he has certainly blessed us. Okay, question number 2. We're like 20 minutes into this. This is not going well. It's going great, actually. I hope you were prepared for a long video. I already wrapped 5. Look at me, I'm so good. Okay, so Glenn's second question is, what are some of your favorite things or items you swear by and use regularly? This was an oddly hard question for me. I don't know. The only things I could think of were techie things, but I am not even a super techie person, despite having to edit video all the time. But I got a few things right here I'll tell you about. Oh, and I should have wrote it down. I thought of something else and I can't think of it. Oh yeah, I know what it is. I'm going to say it now before I forget. It's a product that I love that has really changed my laundry game, and that is borax. I have been using borax for years, and I feel like it has changed the way my clothes smell and feel. It like strips them every single wash instead of having that, like, I don't know, like you have a dirty laundry washing machine thing or something like that. I don't know how to explain it. So, borax has definitely changed my laundry game. And then I've upped it again by using Lysol laundry sanitizer, especially for my kids' clothes. Because my kids, I was going to say their clothes, but I mean more their sports clothes, like their uniforms and workout gear and stuff like that. I feel like it's made a big difference with that. And if you've ever had a sweaty teenager, I definitely use and swear by that. So that's the household like product that I could think of. A household item I could think of was this. Y'all, I have literally had this. I had a 3-pack. I think I'm down to 2, and the other one is like warped like no other. I don't know what happened to it, but it's like almost a cup shape. But these are Pampered Chef scrapers. They're supposed to be for just the stoneware to like scrape it off so you don't have to use soap or whatever. I use these on everything. Everything. I'm certain you could buy them at Walmart, Amazon, all that kind of stuff. And I need to look for them because, like I said, I'm down to these. But y'all, I've had this for 20 years. It's still in nearly perfect condition. The edges are a little rough, but it still works so good. So if you have trouble with like stuck on food on your dishes, here's your solution. Like, I can't even explain the amount of things I actually use this for. It's wonderful. It's got rounded corners and then it's got one more like pointed corner. It's fabulous. And then I love my wireless mouse. It's just like literally the $10 Logitech. It's just such a nice little mouse. Again, I was thinking techie stuff and I'm like, I don't know. This is what I edit off of and keep all of my stuff. It's a 2 terabyte hard drive, an external hard drive. So it keeps your computer running faster if you don't keep a million files and things on your computer. So I keep all of my footage and everything. So there's 3 years, 22, 23, and then 24, the end of 22, all of 23, all of 24. And I still have a little bit of room. Scotty bought me a new one for my birthday and I still haven't even opened it because the little bit that I had left is lasting forever. So make sure you get a solid state hard drive because there's no moving parts in here. It's literally just like a mega jump drive. There's no moving parts in here to break or whatever. It's expensive. It's like $100, but it'll last you for years. And it's a great picture storage. Like if you want to go to Walmart and get pictures, you can just carry this instead of, you know, whatever. So this is a fantastic option right here. And then I brought my earbuds over here. These are the ones I use like on the everyday. I don't use them when I edit because they don't connect to my laptop very well. They do, but there's always an audio delay. But they connect to my tablet and my phone really good. But they're the On brand. They were $10 and they literally look exactly like AirPods, the, you know, first gen AirPods or whatever. I love them. They were cheap and this is actually my second pair and they're great. So there's a few products. I hope that answered your question. Okay, I keep having to stop to write tags. I just filled out a sheet with the ones that are on the table. So hopefully that'll make me go a little bit faster. Okay, my next bunch of questions is from Jamie. I can always count on Jamie and Holly. Sneak peek, I got some coming from Holly to give me some questions. They're longtime fam members of my YouTube fam, and I'm grateful for you ladies. Thank you so much. So Jamie, and you know it's going to be Disney questions when you hear the name Jamie. So Jamie is my friend in Disneyland, and she's got some questions for me. So favorite Disney ride at each park. I would like to say this is easy, and we kind of did this whenever we were in Disney World this past year. On that vlog, but it's hard. It's so hard. There's so many rides that I love, love, love for various different reasons, but I'll have to narrow it down. My favorite in Magic Kingdom. Oh man. It's not easy. I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to say Tron because Tron is so fun, but it's really fast. It's really short. Nostalgia-wise, it's not even a ride. I think some people consider it a ride, but it's an attraction for sure. Probably Mickey's PhilharMagic. I love it so much. It's a 4D show. You have air and smells and sights and sounds and I think even maybe some water at one point. So that's probably my favorite attraction if we want to go that route and kind of cheat. But Magic Kingdom is just hard because I love Magic Kingdom so much. Animal Kingdom, hands down, Flight of Passage. It's incredible. It's 4D. You are flying on. It's like 5D. There's so many things. It's so good. It's incredible. The smells, the sounds, the air, the water. Like it's incredible. It's an experience that cannot be beat. Hollywood Studios. Oh man, this one's hard too because we rode Rise of the Resistance this year, and that is an experience. That's like a 25-minute or something experience. You are like in the movie, and it is beyond cool. So that one definitely has to win. Previously in Hollywood Studios would probably have been Rockin' Roller Coaster, but it was actually down when we were there. So we didn't even get to ride it this time. I also love Tower of Terror. Super cool. I also love Twister. This is just going to be a video of me naming every single ride in Hollywood Studios. And then, who's left? Epcot. Y'all know I'm going to say Guardians of the Galaxy, because you have to say Guardians of the Galaxy because it is truly the best ride. Like, mind-blowing, so cool, so fun. Cannot fully express how wonderful that ride is. So, Guardians of the Galaxy, by far the coolest ride. And when we were there, we could literally only ride it once. We couldn't even pay to ride it again. That's how popular it was. So, can't wait to get back to do that. Speaking of, that's her next question is there a plan in the works for another Disney adventure? Well, you know, oh, and then she goes on to say, you need to come visit us out here in the West to see Disneyland. Yes, 100% yes. I want to go to Disneyland so bad. That's Walt's park. He walked the streets. That's where he put all of his actual hopes and dreams into, you know, because he was there and he lived it. And I'm just a history nerd about it. And I probably should have answered, let's see, maybe Holly's. Whose question was it? Oh yeah, it was Holly's question. So I probably should have answered Holly's question first, but we'll get to that. But I just love Disney. I love the history, all the things about it. So I definitely want to get to Disneyland. But no, last year I kind of lied to you guys. I did have a plan in the works, but I couldn't tell you because we gifted it at Christmas time. And so, but this year I really don't. I promise. There's no gift. Nobody's getting a Disney trip. So anyone that's watching this, there's no Disney trip in the works. It's been a hard year for so many things, and there's just no way. I mean, honestly, we love Disney, and yeah, if it was the option that we could go again, we'll go again. But we also love Colorado, and we definitely want to get back there this coming year. And we want to go to Texas, take my mom down to visit her family, her siblings down there. They're my family too, but they're my mom's siblings, you know, and get back down where she's from. And so there's other trips in the works this year. So I don't think that a Disney trip is actually in the works. I would love for it to be, but no, nothing planned at the moment to get back to Disney other than, you know, my heart's always planning a trip. You know? I'm always looking, like I'm always on the My Disney Experience app, like, how much would it be to go at Thanksgiving, at Christmas, at this, that, and the other time of year? So no, nothing officially planned, just hopes and dreams for the future. My children just got home. Hello. She's bringing me more tape because this is all I have, and I have this tiny little roll, but it ain't going nowhere. That's a nice water bottle you have there, Riley. It's mine. Guys, I'm at 10 gifts. Not halfway through yet, even. Okay, so she brought me some more tape. I'm set. I'm good to go. We're going to keep wrapping away here. So, just as all things, life goes on in my house. So if you hear noise with the dogs, with my kids, with my husband, I'm not going to stop. It's just going to be noisy. Yeah. You haven't made any noise. I'm just saying if they hear noise. And it's amazing. I used it this morning and it didn't even spill once on my way to work. Amazing. Amazing that a coffee cup cannot spill. Oh no. I was supposed to put one of these on the bottom of every cup.
We'll hand them out.
Yeah, we'll hand them out. Okay, sorry, I had to talk to my kids for a moment. Next question. Oh wait, I gotta make some more tags. Okay, Jamie's next question is, did I even finish answering about going out there? Jamie, I want to go see you. And if I ever get to, I will be in touch with you because I need the DL girl. Like, I know so much about Disney World, but not Disneyland. So, yeah, I'll be in touch. You're gonna have to take care of me, okay? You have to baby me through Disneyland. Okay, our next question is, do you have a want to visit Universal in Florida, or is it only to the Disney parks? Yes, we would love to go to Universal. We've talked about it a couple times, but our time is always limited, and of course money is always limited. And our heart is really like Disney. My heart is really Disney. The rest of my family would definitely be up for it. Katie would 100,000% be up with it. That is my adult daughter. And they even kind of thought about going this year when we were down there. They were going to do that or SeaWorld. But their kids being younger and Universal, so many more thrill rides, that's kind of a future vacation. So I am certain we will all do it kind of together in the future. Katie and I have not talked about this, Katie, but right, we're going to do this, right? Because we all of my crew loves thrill rides. I feel like the older we get, all of us, the older we get, we're like, oh, I don't know, makes my head hurt kind of a little bit, but we all still love the thrill, and, to ride something once would be worth it. But to see, all the lands, the Marvel, even though, it's comic book Marvel and like E.T. and I don't even know what all is there fully because I don't do a ton of Universal research, but bottom line, yes, I would actually really like to go to Universal. But there's a Universal Hollywood too, Jamie. Have you been to Universal Hollywood? I don't know. Do you do that? Do you guys do that? Or do you just do Disneyland parks? So let me know. You have to let me know. Now my question, turn the tables on you, ask you questions. But yeah, we would definitely like to go to that. We are theme park people. We have a local theme park. We always get season passes to there. Don't go as much as we want to even to there, but it is very themed. It's themed to like the 1880s, but the majority of our rides and attractions are thrill rides. So it's very different from Disney. Disney's very immersive. Ours is, you got the fun thrill rides too. So, and it keeps getting voted #1 park in America by somebody. So people love our local park. It's really awesome. It's called Silver Dollar City. So last question from Miss Jamie. Favorite Christmas memory ever? I don't know that I could pick. I've always loved Christmas. I have a few that stand out. My favorite memories, especially as an adult, have been my dad reading the Christmas story, which I am very thankful, grateful, and blessed that I have video of him reading the Christmas story and I can go back and watch that. I recall, I'm pretty sure it was Christmas, but maybe it was his birthday, but one of the sweetest things was my mom has always wrapped gifts in empty boxes, crackers, cereal, whatever, any empty box she can find. And Aiden got a gift in like a granola type of cereal box, and he said, "Oh, Grandma, thank you so much." Obviously there was a gift inside, but he didn't know, he didn't care. He just thanked her, and it was just so sweet. As a mother, just the excitement my kids have on Christmas morning is really special. As a child, I actually do remember still believing in Santa, and I don't even want to say this because my mom's already been reminiscing and being sad, but I remember my brother, he already knew about Santa not being real, but he played it up so big time one year and just really, trying to bring the Christmas magic to us. I don't know if it's because we were getting a little bit older or maybe it was the first year that he didn't believe or something, but I just remember this one year in particular that he just was, just so sure he heard Santa on the roof and was just talking all about that and stuff. And So that's kind of a crazy, weird memory that I just remember it kind of fondly, I guess. But I don't know. I had a very happy childhood, and you know, we didn't have much. The older I get, I realize how poor we were growing up. But we never knew we were poor. My parents always gave us everything we wanted and needed, and you know, if you think I went overboard on Christmas, it's because that's how I was raised, I guess, because we always had so many gifts on Christmas and stuff. And one of the things I kind of say is I'm a no mom all year long. Like, no, we don't need that. No, you know, we don't need that. And at Christmas, I can be a yes mom and get everything they want. And that's how I see it. So yeah, there was kind of a compilation of a few of my favorite Christmas memories ever. My actual favorite I'm going to talk about but someone asked me a different question that is going to kind of cover the same topic. So, okay, that's all of Jamie's questions. I'm going to move on. I've got a question from Pat. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers to watch and why? So I used to watch way more YouTube than I do now. I just don't have time between college and working and whose is this? Must be this one. Okay. That was my fear about pre-writing them all. I just don't have time to watch as much YouTube as I once did. But my favorite, I'll start with Disney because we were just talking about Disney. My favorite Disney YouTuber to watch for vlogs are the Bronze. And then that has rolled me over to, so Jessica Braun and Tyler Braun. And Tyler Braun has a travel agency, and one of his agents is actually our Disney agent. So I found them through his YouTube channel. And Jordan, I know she will never see this, but Jordan at People Mover Travels is incredible. Like, I can't even express how grateful I am for everything she did to make our trip happen last year. So if you need a travel agent for Disney, I highly recommend Jordan with People Mover Travels. But I started watching the Bronze my first year going to Disney. I found their Disney vlogs, watched them to get tips and tricks and stuff about Disney. And then I started watching Jessica's channel for every single thing. And she's a beauty vlogger, or used to be, really. She's kind of not anymore. She's definitely gotten more into lifestyle. And I love her so much. She's a young mommy. She's probably 10 years younger than me, but she's got young girls and has just kind of changed her channel. They do a lot more lifestyle and family vlogs, but I just really enjoyed her so much that I would watch her beauty vlogs. And I tried to do more makeup and stuff. I'm just not a makeup person. I just have never been that girly girl. And so she's kind of the main one I watch, like, all around. Kimberly, I almost said Kimberly Whisk. If you know, you know. Kimberly Wadsworth. Her channel's The Wads, and I just enjoy her. I think we are kindred spirits. We have so much alike. It's insane. She is a long story long person. She says short story long. I say long story long. I've said that since before I even started watching her channel. So there's just so many things that she and I are alike. So if you like my channel, you would like her channel. And I love watching her. Scotty has, like, I'll have the videos playing all the time, and Scotty will overhear him, and he's like, the way she talks is what I can only imagine goes on in a woman's mind all the time. She just says everything she thinks, and she just, like, literally talks for the entire hour, which, hello, have you met me? Okay. Sorry, I had to stop and write my tags out, and I just wrote Big T because we just got a new student, and his name is the same as one of my students I've had. And so I've taken to call in my older student Big T, and he loves it because he's a bigger kid, you know, but, like, stature wise, I was doing spelling tests today, and I said Big T looks much younger than he actually is. And everyone's like, no, he doesn't. He looks way older than he actually is, because he's a big kid for a 4th grader. So he loves that I'm calling him Big T, and I love it too. So that's what I wrote on his tag, was to Big T from Mrs. Flippo. So, okay, I was talking about my favorite YouTuber, Kimberly Wadsworth. Why do I keep saying Whisk? Because that's what she refers to herself as when she does cooking videos. And so she does lifestyle, cooking, cleaning, just hauls, grocery hauls. She's just fun. She's fun and chaos. And literally one of the first videos I watched, well, the first video I watched of her, she did with a collab of somebody else I used to watch, but I don't watch her anymore. And it was a Disney collab. So it was like, what do you pack in your Disney park bag or whatever? And so she's not a Disney vlogger. She just collabed with this other creator and did this video. And so I watched that and I was like, oh, she's fun. And then the very next video I watched, she was a lot. I laughed and laughed and laughed. I showed Scotty a majority of that video because she was just hilarious. I'm like, this girl I can't stop laughing. And then I'm like, I don't know if I can watch her all the time though, because she's a lot. And now literally I don't miss a video that she uploads, you know. So pretty much the only ones I skip are her IKEA videos, because we don't have an IKEA near us. So I just don't go to IKEA, and they're always very long. So otherwise, like if I just need background noise, I'll even put on one of those, you know, just listen to her. But she's so funny. That would be my why for her. She is just hilarious and just makes me happy. The bronze are just super relatable. For Disney info and actually entertainment, they've done so much more in recent years. But allears.net or All Ears TV, I don't even know what their YouTube channel is called anymore. I think just All Ears. They are really fun. They do a lot of games in Disney World that I watch. They do like scavenger hunts and stuff. So you can learn like a lot of kind of useless trivia about Disney by watching them. But they're fun. I really enjoy their videos. And that's pretty much it these days. I watch Victoria, I don't even know her last name, Witt, I think. But she's from the UK and she does Disney vlogs. So I enjoy her. I subscribe to a bunch of channels. I think my subscriptions are public, so you can go see who I'm subscribed to. I just don't watch them all. That's literally it. And again, like I said, I don't even watch them as often as I want to anymore, just because I'm so busy. Oh, I'll say one that Scotty and I watch together, and it's Matt Carricker. Really enjoy that channel. He started out, well, I don't know what he started as, but he does like gun videos and stuff. And so Scotty started watching him for that. And then he bought an abandoned mansion and started renovating it. And so Scotty started watching it. He's like, hey, you would really like this. And so, thanks, Katie. She just watched my latest video. I'll have to get off here in a second and talk to her, see what she's saying. But anyhow, what was I saying? Oh yeah, he's like, you would really like this. They're renovating this abandoned mansion that they bought. So he and I started watching that together, and that's just, now that's kind of our thing that we watch together. We really don't watch TV unless it's sports. We watch YouTube, and then that's what we watch together. So, uh-oh. Apparently I messed up on my thing. Hold on. Okay, I am back again. I just went into pure panic mode because my wonderful daughter, thank you, Katie, oh my goodness, like literal utter panic mode. Here's a little BTS for you guys. If you don't know, I'm tired. And I edit these like in the middle of the night. And last night, I was literally falling asleep while I was editing this. And I did not listen to it all the way through. I just put on my audio, clipped it, exported it. It took forever to export. I went to bed at like 2 a.m. this morning and then just got up and did a whole day at school. Yeah, that's this is going. So there's all the, you know, real life stuff. But apparently my last night's video, I used the audio clip from my church lesson instead of my song that I normally use. And she's like, I don't think you chose the right audio. I was ready for the Christmas jingle and it wasn't there. And so sure enough, it was the beginning part of my lesson that I clipped off that I didn't include in for you guys to hear. So I just went in and used the YouTube editor, got it fixed. Hallelujah. Nobody else told me. Thanks a lot, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. Some of y'all probably don't even listen to me ramble. You don't watch my whole videos. You shut me off after you listen to me for so long, and I don't blame you some days. Like I said, I was putting my own self to sleep last night. Wasn't necessarily because I was boring myself. It's just because I was exhausted. So, yeah, there's that. That was insane. I don't know where I left off. I'm pretty sure I was finished with who I watch on YouTube and why. But I think that's kind of what I was just rounding out and kind of finishing talking about. But I was talking about Matt Carricker, but now he has bought an abandoned ranch and he's renovating this whole abandoned ranch. This dude's got 10 million plus subscribers on YouTube. He's making bank doing that. He's living the life. He literally spent weeks digging a hole in the ground, and guess what? We watched him do it. So, you know, that's it. He's living the life and blessings for it, and yay, it's exciting. I had someone comment, this cracked me up. I had someone comment on my video that was like, oh my gosh, you spend so much money, blah, blah, blah. Do you really need to spend that much money on Christmas? Or how do you afford to spend this much money on Christmas or something? And another person commented on that and said, it's because she does YouTube. And I'm like, I don't know what you mean. Like, I thought maybe they meant like I bought all this stuff for my channel, but they meant like you make money on YouTube. I've made $300 in 5 years on YouTube, guys. Guarantee I'm not making Christmas money on YouTube. Matt Carricker, however, is making Christmas money and then some, you know, on YouTube. Yes, I do make little pocket change here and there. And guess what? I bought a hard drive with it my very first time. I'm still trying to find a better computer because the last two I've bought are horrible. So yeah, that's what I'm bought. I have not bought Christmas with it. I keep joking that my YouTube money is going to be my Disney money, but y'all need to get me some more subscribers because I'm working hard over here. I don't have Disney money yet from my YouTube channel. Maybe one of these days, but not currently in my life. And honestly, I'm not sure I want to be that big on YouTube. That gets scary, you know. It really does get scary. Matt used to show his family. He does not show his family because he's had creepers literally coming to his house and sending him horrible messages and stuff. So that's the realities of the internet, and it can get scary. So do I want to make money on YouTube? Yes. But do I want everything else that comes with it? Nah. You can keep all that. Let's just keep having fun, okay? All right. My next batch of questions. Okay, Pat, I hope I answered your question. I got interrupted by my own self because I panicked. But I think I got it. I think I covered who I mainly watch and why. Holly, here's my girl Holly. She's been watching for she said on here 3 years. So, yeah, she's been around a hot minute. And yeah, thanks, Holly. I'm so blessed. Holly does have a channel too. Holly, I'm sorry, I love you, but I have not watched your channel in a million years. Okay, I just explained that I haven't watched anybody very much, even my top faves. But Holly has a channel. She does mainly grocery hauls, so you can go check Holly out. I don't know if you're still uploading to your channel, but if you are, leave a comment down below, and maybe some of our friends can check you out as well. So, her questions are, her first question, I feel like you've answered this, but are you and Scotty high school sweethearts? I've watched you for 3 years now or so, 3 years or so now, and I can't remember if you have said. So, kind of, yes. We are high school sweethearts in the sense that we have been dating since high school, but we did not go to school together. So that's why I say kind of, because when you think of high school sweethearts, you're doing all the high school things together. We went to prom together, we went to ball games together, stuff like that, but we didn't go to the same school. So, but we have been together since the summer before our senior year. So We started dating in the year 2000. We both graduated in 2001. So yes, we are high school sweethearts. I like to call it that because I think it sounds really sweet. But again, in the literal sense of it, no, I guess not. But yes, we've been dating since high school. So however you want to look at that, my answer is yes, we are. Okay, so to continue on with that, we started dating in the year 2000. We got engaged in 2004. We were married in 2005. And so this coming year will be our 20th, I almost said 25th. It is our 25th year together, but our 20-year wedding anniversary. We should probably plan a trip for that. Scotty, he's in the other room. He is studying. He's fixing to do something pretty cool. I probably shouldn't talk about it yet, but it's exciting. So anyway, he's been studying for a test tonight. So, yes. And here's the typical answer, the story, what am I trying to say? Like the movie answer. We met in a grocery store. Isn't that like what everybody used to say back in the olden days, you know? We've been together that long. It's back in the olden days. But I worked in the grocery store, and he would come in with his buddy after football practice, and I actually kind of liked his friend first because he actually talked to me, and Scotty was super duper shy. Now, I thought Scotty was very good looking, but also he wouldn't talk to me because he was shy, but his buddy would talk to me, and I would put, I think it was Powerades in the cooler, and we only had Gatorades in the cooler, or the other way around, whichever one they preferred that we did not have in the cooler, and have them ready for them when they came in after football practice. Well, I actually kind of hung out with him one time because this buddy and I were going to go to the fair together, and so we hung out that night. But I quickly found out I didn't really care for his buddy because he was, nope. After actually spending time with him, I'm like, nah, you're not it. And I mean, Scotty wasn't even on my radar at that point either because, again, he didn't even talk to me because I was there with his friend, you know. So we had just hung out that one night. I never talked to the friend again. I did after Scotty and I started dating, but before that. So then it was like another whole year later. He came in and, well, not quite a whole year, I guess, but he came in asking for a job application. I'm like, oh, this kid's cute. And so I'm like, well, put my name on the application and you'll get hired. And so he did put my name on the application and he did get hired. And we started dating that summer. So I think he started working there in April. We hung out all the beginning of the summer, and then we started dating technically on his birthday. That's when we consider when we started dating, was July 5th. But our first date wasn't until July 12th. And then we were married July 30th, 5 years later. So yeah, there's the long and short story of Scotty and I's relationship. So thanks for asking that, Holly. That's always so fun to talk about. I love it so much. He's still my favorite person in the whole world. I don't know how. I have to remind him all the time, dude, you chose me. Crazy, but you chose me, you know. I don't know how I managed to snag him because he's pretty stinking great. Okay, her next question is, she asked me 3. What was your favorite Christmas traditions as a child? What's one of your favorite gifts you received as a child? And she said, I made my mom and children answer this one, and it was fun to think about. So there's a question for you all to ask with your families as well. So, I think kind of the same thing, favorite traditions. We always make Christmas cookies, which my mom still carries on to this day with the grandkids. They'll go over next week. Even all the adult grandkids and teenagers, they're going to go over and make cookies. But we always would make Christmas cookies and leave them for Santa. So that's definitely a fond memory. And then my dad would read the Christmas story as we got older. He wasn't a Christian when we were little, but as we got older, he would read the Christmas story. And let's see. Yeah, I think just waking up on Christmas morning. Oh, here it is. Okay. We would wake up on Christmas morning and we would make my parents coffee, and they would stay in bed. And we would get to open our stockings without them. And then we would wake them up with their coffee, and then we would all open presents. And this is a tradition that everybody else that's come into our lives can't hardly stand. But, and I've carried it on with my family and I absolutely love it. We don't just tear in. Everybody just tear in and get all their stuff. We pass out all the presents and then we open them one person at a time, one present at a time. We go around in a circle, we go in order. And it's actually been implemented at my mother-in-law's house too, because as a mom, like, you spend all this time and energy and effort and thought into planning all of these gifts for your loved ones, and then it's over in a second and you don't even get to see their reaction. And so the fact that my family always did this, like, as a parent now, I 100% see why. Like, my mom gets to experience all the joy that she put into choosing those gifts. And so I, as a mom now, get to experience all the joy and thought of those gifts and seeing them open them. And my mother-in-law, like, she would always be like, oh, I didn't see you open that. I didn't, you know, because it was just crazy chaos. And she'd be like, I didn't see you open that. And so finally one year I was like, well, this is what we do. And so we started doing it, and it just makes for a calmer time. Maybe not everybody loves it, but it is nice that you get to see the person open and enjoy and appreciate the things they got. And then when my kids were little, Christmas morning was a whole day affair for us. We would literally open a present and then open the present, get the toy out of the packaging. They would play with it for a few minutes. They would appreciate it. They would like it. Then we'd be like, okay, are you ready to open another one? And it was either yes or no. If they were ready for another one, we'd set the toy aside. If they were still playing with that toy, they would still play with that toy. So it would take us all day sometimes to open presents. But definitely started as a child with my mom and dad and carried it on. So definitely still favorite Christmas tradition and my favorite gift. So this kind of ties it all together. Is my dad was a welder and a fabricator. And when I was little, I don't even know how old I was. I can't remember. I still literally vividly remember that Christmas morning walking into the living room. And my dad had made me the Lightning Mobile. And it was a little pedal car. And that thing's got to be around here somewhere. You know where the Lightning Mobile is? Is it still at Grandma's? It is still at Grandma's? We 1000% need to restore that thing.
Yeah, I would say we used to play on it.
The
but
kids
it never
used to play.
went anywhere.
No, because it was broken since I was little. Yeah. I mean, we would ride that thing down the hill. Like the hill where Daddy or Grandpa always parked, my dad. Where he would park. Yeah. It used to be a bigger hill when we were kids. It's eroded over time, but yeah, he made me the Lightning Mobile, and it was a little red pedal car. I may try and look through some pictures and see if I can find a picture to insert. And it had a white lightning streak on the side of it. And I just remember Christmas morning going in. And so I also remember being up at the shop, my dad's welding shop, when he was making that. And he's like, I'm making this for a friend's kid. Can you sit in it and see if it like fits and stuff? So he like made it for me. Like, I'm going to cry. And I remember that. And then when I went in there on Christmas morning and I saw it and it was painted, it was all metal and everything when it was in the shop, and it was painted and it was so cool. And man, we run that thing ragged. We tore that Lightning Mobile up. But also under the tree was like a 2-seater tricycle that was my sister's. And it had like the regular tricycle seat, and then it had like a little like buggy seat behind it. And so she had that. And I think my brother might have had a bicycle or something, but so she had that little tricycle. I had the Lightning Mobile, and that was just, I still remember, it was just the feelings I have. And I was little, from getting the Lightning Mobile that my daddy made me. Yeah, definitely. Oh gosh, I need to see that thing. I have not seen it in years, especially if it's behind my parents' house. Like, I don't even know the last time I went behind my parents' house, you know. So that's it. That is definitely my favorite Christmas memory, and the best gift I have ever received as a child was the Lightning Mobile. So anyway, that was fun. That was fun to think about, Holly. Yes, you're right. You're right. That was fun to think about. Okay, question number 3 before I actually start crying. And y'all, I have one present left to wrap, and there's still so many questions. I'm telling you, this is, oh no.
Sorry.
Oh no. So if this is hers, oh no, that put the wrong label on the wrong present. Oh, great. Now I got to figure that out. Hang on. Okay, crisis averted. I only had to unwrap one present. I was like, how far back did this go? Where did I go wrong? Okay, so I just have to rewrap this one. All right, so Holly's last question is, what brought about your love for Disney? How old were you the first time you went to Disney? Okay, that's 3 questions in one question. What are a couple of your favorite memories of Disney? So this is a hard one kind of to answer because I don't know what brought about my love for Disney. It has to be my mom. It has to be my mom. My mom is still yet to go to Disney World. We're going to get her there one of these days. But like thinking back, like we weren't Disney fanatics or anything as kids, but we always had Disney VHS. I'm sure we had Disney toys and clothes and stuff. And, you know, my parents were from the Disney era. They were born in 53 and 54. So, you know, it was Disney World, or sorry. Disneyland was happening during that time. The Wonderful World of Color on TV, The Wonderful World of Disney on TV, you know, all the Disney movies, Disney classics, all that were coming out. So I'm certain my parents were heavily influenced as children as well with Disney. And so, you know, but again, it wasn't like overly Disney. It has to have been also commercials on television because I remember 1-800 or 407W Disney or whatever, you know, the telephone number that they always put on the commercials. And I remember as a teenager, we had the internet, not till I was maybe 14 or 15. And I would like Google or like create Disney trips. And I'm like, $5,000, that's not that big a deal. As a teenager, I thought that wasn't that big a deal, you know. And, you know, but like I said earlier, we grew up poor and I just didn't know we were poor. My parents did a good job hiding it. And so I did not go to Disney until I was 35 years old. And it was just a lifelong dream. I always wanted to go. Like I said, I planned those Disney trips, always looked into it. Thought we were just going to go somehow, some way, miraculously when I was a kid. And it just never happened. And I mean, my parents aren't big travelers or anything anyway. They're kind of homebodies. So it's not a bad thing. I'm a homebody too most of the time. So anyhow, just at one point, like Riley was like, when are we going to ever go to Disney? And I was like, you know, you tell your kids things to like just get them to quit asking you. And I was like, oh, we'll go to Disney when you're 10. Like, not even joking. 6 months before she turns 10, she's like, I'll be 10 this year. Are we going to go to Disney World? And I was like, well, of course that's the one thing you remember I tell you, you know. And so Scotty and I were like, well, are we, you know? And we planned it. We did like a countdown. So like 100 days to Disney. We gave them little gifts leading up to it. And then we announced it. That was the year the Beauty and the Beast live action came out. So we went and watched that in the theater. So it was just a whole build up to our Disney trip. And so, yeah, we went when Riley was 10. I was 35. Scotty was 35. Yeah, we went while we were the same age. We're the same age for 1 month during the year. And Aiden was 7. So it was a good year. It was a good age to go for 10 and 7. Aiden was a trooper. He napped when we were like in shows, on the train, things like that. But I mean, we were gone like all day, all night, you know, every day. And so he was a trooper. He did awesome at Disney. So, and then a couple of my favorite Disney memories, man, just first time ever watching Happily Ever After. Actually, first time walking into Magic Kingdom and walking up to the castle and just like crying, just bawling, like a lifelong dream come true to be there. And that was just really special. Being there with, you know, my 3 favorite people in the world, Scotty, Riley, and Aiden. That was great. And then that was in 17 was our first trip. We went in 19, again, the 4 of us. And then this past summer, there were 10 of us that went. And that was incredibly special to be there with Katie and Alston for the first time, my grandkids for the first time, our sweet Brooklyn for the first time, Riley's boyfriend, Caleb. It was a really precious trip. Like our hearts ached and we missed my mom, but like so much about that trip was just incredibly special. And I mean, just watching the parade and seeing the joy in all of my family's eyes and everything. And honestly, one of the best things from this last trip was watching my son-in-law, Alston. Like, just watching him fall in love with Disney, it just blessed my heart. Like, all the rest of us were like, yeah, let's go. And he's like, sure, whatever, we'll go along for the ride. And I swear he had more fun than the rest of us. And it was just a joy to watch my son-in-law at Disney. Everyone else too, but that was definitely one of my greatest memories from this past trip, was just watching him just light up and have a great time. All right, y'all, that was the last present. So I have wrapped 24 presents and talked for like an hour already. So I'm just going to try and get through these last bunch of questions, not quickly. It's not going to be quick. Y'all know it's not going to be quick. So we're not going to even try and lie to ourselves. But I'll just sit here and talk to you and not be distracted by wrapping presents. I was going to wrap their books, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to put them in a bag and pull them out and be like, here you go. They have their presents to unwrap. And that's good enough. So, okay, that was all the questions from Holly. Thank you, Holly. I hope I answered them all to your expectation, I guess. My next question's from Maisie. If you could spend a day... Hi, Maisie. You comment on a lot of my videos. Thank you. You're so sweet. If you could spend a day in any Disney character's shoes, who would it be and why? There's a couple, like, probably Rapunzel. I love that movie. I love the artwork and the scenery in that film. I don't know. I think that maybe that in a character's shoes. Plus, she's so fun. But then also Merida, like, who wouldn't want to live in, like, whatever country it is? Scotland? Is it Scotland? I'm showing my ignorance here. But the scenery and beauty in that movie, phenomenal. Like, yeah, let's just go run around the forest all day long. That would be great. Let's see. Cinderella can talk to animals. That sounds really enticing. I'm thinking of all the princesses. Who should I think of? I would not want to live a day in Goofy's shoes because that would be painful. I already hurt myself enough as it is, like running into things. Goofy's my favorite character, but couldn't do it. Sorry, Goof. You're on your own. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I think you can probably name any princess and I'm down. Like, sure, yeah, let's go live a day in the castle. You know, that would be great. So, yeah, that's hard. I'd say Merida or Rapunzel. Or it'd be cool to talk to animals. So, other princesses. Ooh, flying a magic carpet with Aladdin. Live action Aladdin? I'm down. Let's go. I'll hang out with a live action Aladdin any day. Okay, probably ought to move on from that question. I hope I answered your question, Maisie. That was fun. Okay, question from LT. Will you talk about Airbnb? Do you own it and rent it out? It's at the lake question. How far is it from your house? Do you plan to live in it one day? Yeah, I'll briefly talk about Airbnb. We do own the property, but it's family property. So we have a cabin on there. My dad built the cabin. He actually also built the lake. So it is a man-made lake. It was like a little swimming hole where all the springs like pulled together way back when we were children, and then he built the lake. If you want like a history of it, you go watch my parents' 50th anniversary video, and the last portion of the video is how the lake has been built. It's a really sweet video. Be ready to cry. Have your tissues. But that has images of the lake and the cabin and everything as they were built over the years. So my dad built the cabin. He built the lake. He built pretty much every single thing down there. Scotty has worked alongside him pretty much since he's been in our lives. So the last 25 years, done projects with my dad down there and stuff. And so we've kind of become the family caretakers of it. And so in an effort to kind of grow the property and build it up and have more money to put into it, we started doing the Airbnb. To be honest though, there can be a lot of money in it. We've had multiple people tell us we don't charge enough. I also don't think we charge enough because it's not just a house to stay in. It's a full experience, but we feel like we kind of need to build our business and get more of those positive reviews and word of mouth and stuff. And every year we do increase our price a little bit. But yeah, you're not just getting a room or a place to stay. You're getting the whole lake, the, fishing, boats, the trails, the hiking, everything that comes with the lake. So we know we could definitely charge more, and we quote unquote should, but also that was kind of part of my dad's vision, is to keep things affordable so that families can enjoy it for years to come. So it's a hard line because we really don't make very much money down there. We basically make enough to pay Riley to clean, myself to do laundry, and Scotty to mow. And Aiden, when he's able to help out from time to time, he weed eats, he helps clean, he does things too. So we barely make enough to pay ourselves, and all the supplies that go into it are expensive, and people break things and ruin things and stain things, and you have to constantly replace all the things. And just all the things that go into it. It's expensive to run a business of any kind, and that's what it is. It's a business. So, and then, we also put a lot of money back into the property and stuff. So hopefully we'll be a little more profitable this year. This will be our third year doing it, I think. Third or fourth? 22, 23, 24. Did we start in 22 or 23? I honestly don't remember. This is either our second or third year doing it. Maybe just I don't know. Sorry, I don't remember. But yeah, not super profitable at all. But hopefully it'll get there. So, and how far is it from our home? It's on our family property, so not far at all. Just down the hill. And then, do we plan to live in it one day? No, don't really. It's we go down there and we enjoy it, and then we come home and we let other people enjoy it. So I think it'd be cool. In the winters, it would not. It's down a very steep hill. We would not be able to leave a lot of days of the winter. But it's a nice getaway. So no, we don't ever plan to really live down there or anything. But honestly, since it's been an Airbnb, we have not stayed down there as a family. We've stayed down there with our youth group and camped, but we have not stayed in the Airbnb as a family since we've opened it up. I think I know Aiden has stayed down there with his friends, and I don't know if Riley has or not. I kind of think she has, but I'm not positive. So anyway, I hope that answered your question. Thanks for that question. And then my sweet Brooklyn asked a question. She gave me one of my very first questions when she was staying the night, and I had no other questions to answer. So here she is actually putting one on my YouTube and asking me a question. She said, you may have answered this before, but why did you start doing YouTube, and has it changed along the way to keep it going? Does that make sense? So yes, it does make sense. And yes, it has changed along the way. The reason I started doing YouTube is when I started researching for our very first Disney trip, I started watching vlogs, and I'm like, hey, I can do that. I have the gift of gab, and I can talk to the camera, no problem. And like I said, I was like an actress in high school. I did drama, so I have no problem being in front of an audience, although my audience is usually absolutely no one in my house and just a camera, and then hundreds of you all out there in the wide world. But I'm like, I can do that. I'm kind of fun and funny, and I think I can be, entertaining and give somebody something to watch. And so I just started it, and I started out my channel I've started out doing lifestyle, and I've always wanted to do lifestyle. And so I'm like, I'm not going to compromise. I'm going to do lifestyle. I did get a little discouraged there for a while, kind of fell off for a while. And then my very first year doing Vlogmas in 2020, I did Vlogmas-ish, and I daily vlogged every 2 days. And then I'm like, I love this. I'm going to do this. And so starting that following year in 21, I've done a weekly vlog every week since 2021. So that has changed. I talked about it the other day, but I used to do Ministry Mondays, so I would put that out. I don't mind filming my lessons, but sometimes it's more intimate. Sometimes my phone is dead by that time of the day. There's just various reasons why I don't film my lessons, but I've had incredible responses from the last two. I did a preface of my lesson 2 weeks ago, and then last week I recorded my lesson, and I've had really good feedback. So I definitely need to get back to Ministry Monday. So it's not that I don't want to do it, it's just it's also a lot of work for like 5 views. But again, I have way more subscribers now than when I was doing Ministry Monday. And again, great feedback from all of you on ministry content. So I should add that back in. Grocery hauls, I'm sorry, but I'm about tired of grocery hauls. I literally do them because they are what bring in subscribers. Like, sorry. There's some behind the scenes for you too. I started doing them because I like watching them. I really do. And I don't mind filming them. They're easy to edit. It's fine to put up, but I feel like I buy the same stuff every week. Do you guys really, are you interested in that? Like, I don't do a ton of variety. I do new things every once in a while. So I will probably always do grocery hauls because they really do help my channel, but that's why I do them, because they help my channel, not because I just want to do grocery hauls. I prefer to just like do daily content stuff. So yeah, I think it has changed over the years, but the basic part of it, I wish I could do more Disney content. I do say that. I wish I could do more Disney content. Obviously, I can't travel to Disney like a lot of Disney vloggers do. Can't do that. We just, one, can't afford it, and two, we live in the Midwest. Like, we're 20 hours from Disney. It just doesn't work for us. You know, but I would love to do more sit down videos. I just don't have time for it. So yeah, I would love to do more Disney content. So there's that. Okay. And I hope, Brooklyn, I hope I answered your question, my love. I can't wait to see you. Hopefully you'll come in the next couple of days. I know you're back in town, but I think you will be here in my home in the next couple of days, and I can't wait. I need to squeeze you. Okay, my last question is literally the last question I got. I didn't save the best for last, so to speak, but I did, because the last question is from my daughter, Katie. So, but it really is the last one that came in. I promise you, if you don't believe me, go look at timestamps on comments, okay? But it is the last question I got, and it is the hardest question I got, because I literally have no idea how to answer this question, Katie. Why you gotta give me the hard ones? But she said, you always do so much for everyone. What's one thing you hope to do in 2025 to prioritize yourself? Love you. Love you too. And I don't know. I don't know. I want to say YouTube is the thing I do for myself. This is my hobby. It is what I want to do. It's self-sacrificing, because as much as I want to do it, I do it in the wee hours of the night, and I fall asleep editing, and then I put the wrong audio at the end of my video. This could not be more perfect for this question. I don't know. I know I should. I think the thing I do for myself is I go thrifting. I go to thrift stores and flea markets. And when I can get away, I go do that. I don't always buy anything. A lot of times I don't. I just go wander around, and that's my me time. That's the thing I enjoy. I try to do it no, I don't. I would like to do it every couple of months. I don't. At least a couple of years I get to go. A couple of years? Yes. A couple of times a year I do get to go. I really try around my birthday. That's the thing I like to do around my birthday. But I definitely have not gotten to do as much of that this year as I wanted to. But maybe that'll be my goal. Just go have a me day every once in a while, more often. But certainly, I mean, doing YouTube, I enjoy it. I love it so much. But to prioritize myself, I mean, if I could just finish college, that would make my life a lot less stressful. And as far as doing every other thing, a lot of doing so much for everyone else, I don't know. That's just, God puts on my heart to do that. And I want to say no. Trust me, sometimes I definitely want to say no, but also my heart says no. You just need to, you need to do it. You need to love on them. You need to do whatever. So, and also a lot of times I feel like I'm not doing stuff for people, and I should definitely be doing more for people. And then, I don't know, you say stuff like this that humbles me. So thank you. But anyway, I guess that's it. Just take some more me days and time. Another thing I need to do is go to my craft room more often. That's a really, that should be more easy, because it's literally, 20 steps away. It's more than that. That's something I need to prioritize. Get out in my craft room more often. Maybe I just need to make a certain day of the week that I go do that, but I probably won't. You know me. So anyway, that's it. That's finally it. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine how long this video is. I have started and stopped it so many times, and every time I look at it, it's like 20 minutes. So this is going to be the longest video in the world. So sorry. I hope you have enjoyed it. Actually, you know what? I'm sitting here at the table. We got to close it out anyway. Let's grab the advent calendar and just go ahead and round this out with the advent calendar. So today my student got the panda version of the girl from Turning Red, and she was so excited. She's like, I love this thing. She was like jumping up and down. She's so excited. So what do I get on this day? Hopefully it is not also the panda version, because y'all saw how I felt about the human version of that. Okay, let's see what it is. It is, oh, the cat from Soul. One of my kiddos already got this. It's cute. It's got a little pizza. So there's my adorable for the day, the cat from Soul. He's probably the last one that's going to fit in my jar. Aiden is standing here watching me like, what are you doing? Okay, so that is going to do it for this vlog. Thank you so much for all of you that submitted questions. What a blessing to have you guys throw those out there. I hope I answered them all. I hope this was not too long and rambly, but you know me, long story long, I don't think you would subscribe to my channel if you didn't already know and love that about me. So thank you for knowing and loving that about me. With all of its faults and glory all rolled into one. But thank you for those of you that submitted questions. If you didn't get a question in, hey, I got a million more gifts to wrap, so you know, maybe I'll do a quick little one just on one of my Vlogmases, answering a few more questions. So if you feel like you didn't get in on it, don't be afraid. Just go ahead and keep asking me some questions, and I'll get them answered. I promise. So again, thank y'all so much for coming along with me on this one today. It's been a journey. Oh my, it's been a long journey. I have certainly enjoyed it. I hope you did. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Leave me comments down below. And of course, if you watched this video and are not subscribed to my channel, just do it. Come on, who are you kidding? Just to subscribe to my channel, all right? Subscribe, join my YouTube family, and just keep coming on this journey with us. All right, I love y'all. Thank you so much for coming along with me today on this one, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.